Hey, what's going on everyone? Matt here from the Matt Film Show. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you guys like, and let's get right into today's video. In today's video, I want to discuss a topic that I want to discuss is my thoughts on the Disney's live action remakes, and I want to give my thoughts on how I feel about them. So Disney has been doing this trend of live action remakes almost every year since 2010 with Alice in Wonderland. Um, I did. Um, I'm not a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. I was not a huge fan of that movie. I'm not a big Alice in Wonderland fan. So, that was a movie that I didn't really like catch my attention. I did watch obviously, but it was great. But I wasn't a fan of it. But they did do live action remakes in the 90s, I believe, late 90s with 101 Dalmatians and 102 Dalmatians. But then they kind of like they were great with Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil, and they did such a great job with that. And they kind of stopped. But in 2010 with Alice in Wonderland, that's when they've been doing this every year or every other year with live action adaptations. I want to give you guys my thoughts on them and how do I feel. And then they kind of stopped after Alice for like 4 years. In 2014, they released Maleficent, which is with Angelina Jolie as the Disney villain Maleficent, which is a live action remake of Sleeping Beauty, but in the perspective of Maleficent as the main character instead of Sleeping Beauty. And that was a great movie. I think they did such a great job with that movie as well. I think they skipped 2015, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, yeah, in 2015 they did Cinderella. I did not watch Cinderella. I have not watched Cinderella yet. Um, so whenever I have a chance, I'll probably hop on and watch Cinderella. But Cinderella was one that they made in 2015. I forgot about that movie. I was curious, like, did they ever do Cinderella? But I know they did. Um, that was in 2016. They did Jungle Book. I really enjoyed Jungle Book. Jungle Book was one of my favorite ones. I love Jungle Book. I love the animated one version of it, the live action version. Jon Favreau, writer director Jon Favreau, who did wrote and directed Iron Man. Iron Man 2 started the MCU, right? Who wrote The Mandalorian. I also think he wrote Book of Boba Fett or something like that. Or he's like the one guy who's in charge of the whole Mandalorian Boba Fett universe type thing, or that Lucasfilm. And obviously he did such an amazing job with the Mandalorian. Not a great job with Book of Boba Fett, but with Mandalorian he did such a great job. Um, he might be the writer for Ahsoka. I might be wrong. I might get something confused there, but he might be. But he did such an amazing job with the Jungle Book. I love the Jungle Book. Uh, I think they did Pete's Dragon. I'm not really familiar with Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon was great. I'm not a huge fan of it. It was alright. It was whatever. You know what I mean? And then they did Beauty and the Beast, which I love. I love the animated Beauty and the Beast. The live action remake was a great job as well. I believe Beauty and the Beast made $1 billion or close to $1 billion. But they did do Beauty and the Beast and I did enjoy it. They did Reading the Pooh live action adaptation of Reading the Pooh, but Christopher Robin, in the perspective of Christopher Robin. Um, I'm not really do not like how they've been doing these perspective of Maleficent, the perspective of Christopher Robin, the perspective. You know what I mean? I wish it was a proper live action adaptations. You know what I mean? Because Christopher Robin is not really a live action adaptation of Winnie the Pooh. I think they make it based on the book or the fairy tale, whatever Winnie the Pooh is. Um, so it was great. It was not the Winnie the Pooh that I am familiar with. It's kind of separate, but it is Winnie the Pooh. Um, and then they did the sequel to Maleficent, Maleficent Mistress of Evil, I think in 2019. I was not a fan of that one. I prefer the first Maleficent over. It was great. Like I did enjoy Maleficent Mistress of Evil, but I would prefer the 2014 Maleficent than this one that they made. Then in 2020 they made Mulan. I'm not a huge Mulan fan. I love the animated Mulan. Don't get me wrong. Love Mulan. I love Mulan too. Mulan by far is one of my favorite Disney animated films. Every single time I turn that movie on, I puts a smile on my face. I enjoy Mulan. This iteration of Mulan was different. They did so much changes for this movie. Um, they removed the music. I do not know why they did that. They removed Mushu the dragon, and they made it into this um, like, how can I say it? This whack, like a phoenix, something like that. I don't know if they consider calling it a phoenix or something like that. But it was not Mushu the dragon from the animated film, which I think that was stupid that they did that. It was dumb that they released the music. It was a whole live action remake without the music, so it was all quietness. You know what I mean? They skipped a lot of parts. They skipped a lot of parts. There's some parts like, oh, you know what? We're not going to talk about this. We're going straight in. You know what I mean? What they skipped about was the training. Mulan did not do no training as she did in the movie, in the animated film. She just went straight in. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm already trained. I do no training. I would have all this training in. You know what I mean? I think this is so. I think they did such a dumb job for that decision of Disney for doing that. I think Disney did a bad job doing that. Removing the music, removing the training, removing all this stuff. I think they removed. Um, they did such a different removal. You know what I mean? I was not a fan of that. I did like the movie though. I don't hate the movie, but those changes to me was not a fan of. I was not a fan of those changes. If I was you, I would have preferred watching a live action version, a live action animated version than this live action adaptation. But it's just my guess, my opinion. Then that was the part when they did the stupid Premier Access thing. I remember it was during the pandemic and they did this Premier Access where you have to pay $30 to watch it 3 months early before it goes on Disney Plus. I think that was so stupid. Then they did the same thing with Cruella. With Cruella, kind of reminds me of the did with Winnie the Pooh with Christopher Robin. I don't see that this is a live action adaptation of 101 Dalmatians. I see this as a perspective of the villain's perspective, how they did with Winnie the Pooh's perspective of Christopher Robin. How they did Maleficent. Instead of focusing on the Sleeping Beauty, they focus on Maleficent. They did the same thing as focusing on the 101 Dalmatians. They did a focus on Cruella. Emma Stone, Cruella. The movie was great. I think the movie was great. I just think it was so dumb that they did that perspective. But it was a great movie. I think Emma Stone did a great job. Great cast. But, you know what I mean? It was released during the premiere access where you have to pay $30 to watch, like I said, 3 months early on Disney Plus or watching theaters. I think that whole Disney Plus premiere access was so stupid. That's one of the things I hated about Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek, I don't talk about Chapek. You guys know I love Disney, and you guys know how much I hate Bob Chapek. I hate him. I don't like to talk about him. I hate the things that he has done with Disney. The um the premiere access where he thought, oh yeah, this is a great job. No, it wasn't. Okay, how he handled the Black Widow situation, the way he has handled the company was bad. I did not like how he handled the Disney company. Great thing he got fired. Great thing he's not there. Good thing, but we don't talk about him anymore because he's not there anymore. But anyway, so he did. So they did Cruella. And then in 2022, um, did they do a live action remake last year? You know what I missed? Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp came out in 2019. Came out straight to Disney Plus. Okay. That was such an amazing. I did enjoy. I did love Lady and the Tramp live action remake. I'm sorry, I forgot about that movie. There's a lot of live action remakes coming through, but I did enjoy the Lady and the Tramp. Forgot about that they had made that movie. Did love Lady and the Tramp. Went straight to Disney Plus. There's another one that they made straight to Disney Plus, and I think it came out last year. Um, they're doing Little Mermaid, which I love the Little Mermaid. I'm so excited for it. Little Mermaid comes out like in 2 months. Halle Berry's Little Mermaid. Who plays Cruella? Melissa McCarthy as Cruella, as Ursula. Um, Great voice actress, great actress as well. Um, so hyped for The Little Mermaid. I believe to this day, I believe that The Little Mermaid is $1 billion movie. I could, I sense it. It's gonna be $1 billion movie. But there was another one that they made um, prior to The Little Mermaid or somewhere that went straight to Disney Plus. Um, they're doing Peter Pan and Wendy, a live action of Peter Pan, but I believe this is based on the book of Peter Pan. I don't think it's not based on the cartoon. That's also going straight to Disney Plus, and I believe it has a release date of April. So it comes on like next month or this coming month. It should be coming out pretty soon. Peter Pan and Wendy. So I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on that as well. And whenever go see Little Mermaid, I'll give you guys my thoughts on the Little Mermaid as well. But I believe that there's another one that came out that went straight to Disney Plus that I can't think of at the top of my head. Oh, man, I should have thought about these, but Pinocchio. There we go. It's Pinocchio. Pinocchio. Pinocchio wasn't that great. I think they could have done a way better job. I think Del Toro's Pinocchio was way better than Disney's Pinocchio. You had Tom Hanks being Geppetto. Um, it was it was okay, but it was not great. I to me I would prefer Del Toro's Netflix the Netflix version of Pinocchio, which is not a live action adaptation. It's like a stop motion animation. I think Del Toro did an amazing job on that. I believe it also won best animated film, so it deserved that as well. But yeah, I enjoy it. I do love these adaptations. It kind of brings me back memories of how the animated films work. It's been a long time since I've seen these animated films, right? And just with these adaptations, it brings me back memories. I know there's a lot of people trying to cancel Disney. So you know what, Disney, you guys should need to stop doing these live action adaptations. By me perspective, I am defending Disney, and I feel like Disney should continue making them. Um, um, like I said, a lot of them are hits, a lot of them are fails, misses. A lot of hits are misses. A lot of them succeed, a lot of them fail. But I do like this. I'm so excited. I am so hyped for the Little Mermaid. They're doing Lilo and Stitch. I believe that one's going straight to Disney Plus. I love Lilo and Stitch. I'm so excited, so hyped to see that first. You know what I mean? The first um, look at Stitch, at at the characters of Lilo and all them. So I love Lilo and Stitch. I remember wanting to see the trailer for Little Mermaid and talking about the first look at Sebastian and was Flounder. And you know what? The top of take of it, you know what I mean? I was not a fan of it. I was not a fan of it. But watching the trailer over and over again, I got used to it. It's like, you know what? Sebastian looks like crap. You know what I mean? Um, Flounder looks like a fish. You know, they're fishes. Flounder's a fish. Sebastian looks crap. What do we expect? You know what I mean? But I'm getting used to it. But maybe when I watch this movie, I'll probably get used to how Sebastian and how Flounder looks like. But as of right now, I'm not biggest fan of how they look like. Um, you know, I mean, just some things in animated that you can't do in live action, or they try to interpret it that you know whatever. But they're doing Hunchback of Notre Dame. They're doing Sword in the Stone. They're doing a sequel to Cruella. They're doing a prequel to Lion King called Mufasa. I believe it comes out next year in 2024. Um, like I said, they're doing Lilo and Stitch, Hercules. Um, they're doing so. They have so many live action adaptations that they're doing. They have a lot that I could think of top of my head. Some of them like Little. I believe Little and Stitch is going straight to Disney Plus, if I remember, unless they change their mind and it's going straight to. I do not know, but if I remember correctly that they say that Little and Stitch is a Disney Plus exclusive, straight to Disney Plus. Um, a lot of them are going straight to Disney Plus. A lot of them are going straight to theaters. I believe Hercules is being produced by the Russo brothers, who did Captain America: Civil War, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Avengers: Endgame, Avengers: Infinity War. So they're producing Hercules. I do not know if they're directing it or not, but I know that they're producers on it. I believe Hercules is going straight to theaters. Um, they just recently said that they might not do Aladdin 2, so Aladdin 2 might not happen. But as much as whenever we get information of these live action adaptations, I will give you guys updates on this. Do not say, "Oh, I'm not going to update you." I will update you guys with these live action adaptations. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I just wanted, this is a thing that got top of my head. You guys like, you know what? I want to give you guys my thoughts on how I feel about these live action adaptations. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you guys like. Let me know, guys, in the comments below what you guys thoughts, theories, what you guys want me to talk about in the future videos. Thank you guys so much for you guys to support my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.